Welcome back. You're watching Joy in Our Town, and I'm your host, Kim Rankins. Joining me now is Martha Harley from Amazing Grace Community Resource Center. We're going to talk to her about community service. Martha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm so glad I'm here.
We're talking about community service, and you serve or work with a wonderful community resource here. You work with Amazing Grace Community Resource Center. Tell us a little bit about Amazing Grace. What is it? What do you do there?
Amazing Grace Community Resource Center is located in Jonesboro, Georgia, exactly off of Highway 85. And what we do there is we have food, we have clothes, we do counseling, whatever that you need to make life worth living. If we can, we will do it over there for you. And if we can refer you to other resources that we have in the community. So we have people come that we have to dress them from interview, from the clothes to the shoes to the tire to everything that they need to go out.
How long has Amazing Grace been serving the community?
To have the physical location, it's been 3 years now since we've been doing what we're doing for the community. But we've been doing it for a long time in our cars, in our home, in parking lots, subdivision, you name it.
So how did it come about? How did Amazing Grace come about?
That is a very good question. Sometimes I ask myself the same question. It's just God's own purpose and plan. It's a divine birth. By just meeting the need, and I didn't just sit down to plan it to come to place. It was just meeting the need of humanity. And one thing lead to another, another thing lead to another. And as the people call for their need, it just came that we needed a physical location where the people will come there and get their blessing. And that is exactly what we did.
Now, you said that it started with you doing things out of your trunk. So were you just as individuals or as a group seeing, hey, people in our area here in Jonesboro, they're in need? And were you just trying to serve a need just as individuals at first?
I started it by myself. I remember when I have sat in a subdivision, set up giving out food, and one lady has gone to the grocery, did not have the money to buy bread. And I was giving bread at that time. And I remember she stopped by, didn't want to take it because she thought she has to pay for it. And when I said it was free, she started crying. And by the time she took 3-4 bread, she shared her story with me. She has gotten the little grocery she can. She couldn't afford to buy bread. So that was a breakthrough for her. But when I was doing it, I thought I was losing my mind. Finally, I have Miss Peggy, Miss Portia, and my son Leonard, who are like full-time employees who helped me to do this, and a host of volunteers. And when I push them, we do it.
Now, you serve the community. Do you serve certain age groups, or is it whoever will, let them come?
We serve from adults to teenagers to children. I have had a baby brought to me with no clothes on, but under t-shirt in winter with a bottle, baby bottle with water and just a little bit of canned milk mixed with the water. And we have to clothe the baby, fundraise for baby food, diapers, and everything for that baby. But we service, if you walk in the community resource center, whatever the need is, we try to meet it. And if we can, then we tap in other resources and we help you. Recently, we feel that the children in the community, we found out that the parents either their fathers are not there, they live with their grandmother, and they cannot get to the library to do their homeworks. So just this last month, we put community internet in there, which is free. It's a community internet cafe that the children, the teenager, people come do their flyers. They can just come, sit, and do their homework.
What services do you provide?
Glad you asked. We have the community internet cafe, where they can come and do their homework, do their flyer, whatever they have to research for the kids and stuff like that. We have the food. Mondays, we pick up pastries from Publix, and you can just walk in and pick up a bag of your blessing. We have the canned foods, and other days when you walk in and you need food, we have the clothes and the shoes for people who really need those kind of things. For babies, we have some baby food, we have diapers. And I must say this, that we help people as we have the resources. So as people donate and bring it in or whatever, we are also more able to help. You can walk in if you need counseling. I'm a pastor. You can counsel you if you need help. Any other, like referral services, whatever you need. We have a big referral book. So if we can help you, you can do your own. We have other businesses who come and partner with us. So you come there, you will see a host of other things that you may need, and you just have to take it and go from there. If we can help you, we refer you to somebody else in the community who can help you.
So are you finding, Evangelist, that as the need grows, are you trying to provide for that need as best you can? And if it's something that you're not able to do, then you're offering resources to help those people get the sources that they need for help?
You are absolutely right. And one thing that my desire is that once we see the need, we will be able to meet it. And that is why we just added the internet cafe. We see that a lot of the boys running around the street with pants down and stuff. I wish, which I've started doing it, that we can get them together, counsel them, put some kind of program in there so that some of them are just walking back and forth, and when you really talk to them, they just don't have anything else to do. And the father is not home, maybe the mother, and they live with grandma. And grandma doesn't drive, grandma is sick, and it's like life is in their hand. These are the things that I wish that the community will get involved more, and then we can get more volunteers to be there to even service when they come in. What we're trying to do to even solve some of the problem is to put a little souvenir or whatever questionnaire on the internet, where when they come and they take the questionnaire, then we give them McDonald's coupon, we give them Sonics coupon, we give them some kind of pizza, that way to attract them just to come. And instead of just pacing back and forth, they will have something to do.
Now, about how many people do you serve each day?
Oh, my God.
Or does it vary?
It depends on how the day is being for people. Because you can get from people who are coming in already crying, falling on the floor, want to take their life, and it just depends. And I'm thinking average, maybe the day that we don't serve anybody, maybe about 5 people. If we don't serve anybody. Sometimes it's quiet, but sometimes you get more crying, people falling on the floor, people telling you everything. I mean, I'm talking about everything you want to hear. And sometimes if we are not in that situation, it's hard to imagine, it's hard to even think that things like that is going on in your community. But it is going on in our communities. And I believe that if we all can help one at a time, we can make a big impact.
Now, you mentioned the Internet Cafe, and children and adults are welcome to use that. Are kids encouraged to come in after school and work in the Internet Cafe? And also, what are the hours?
Yes, ma'am. That is a good question.
Oh, good.
I'm glad you asked that. We're trying to have a definite hour, like especially Fridays or after school from 3 to 6. And Saturdays definitely maybe from 9 to 5. And Saturday also from 9 to 5. Now, the challenge comes with the volunteers, because the people who work with me, they don't get paid, I don't get paid, they have their own business, they help. So once we have these hours is how we want to operate it, and that's how. And even during the week, Monday through Friday, once we are in there and you come, you can do your work, you can do your research. But the challenge becomes when somebody else calls us and we are running, because people call us, they want food, they've been thrown out, yet they can't drive. Or somebody crying, and we have to go and meet the need. in addition to doing everything else that we do. So our problem is getting volunteers there so that they can come in at any time to come and do their work.
So volunteer support is crucial.
Extremely needed. Once we get those volunteer staffs, we don't mind opening 24/7 so that they can come in as they want to come and do their work and research and all that.
So who qualifies to come into Amazing Grace for services and for help?
If you are living, you qualify. We are located in Jonesboro, but we get calls from all over because we also serve as a community service for the court system. We have people coming from the court system who are in trouble to come get volunteer hours to waive the offerings. And when they finish, we give them this little nice certificate to take it back to the court. So we get people to call us from all over. If you can get there, if you call us, we help you. There is no limit about because we are in Jonesboro, we service Jonesboro. No, we service Jonesboro, Creighton, Atlanta, wherever.
Or do you have a success story that you'd like to share with someone that has been helped by Amazing Grace?
Yes. This was last year. I have one this year, a lot this year, but I want to share this because she was at the edge of taking her life. And she came and just looked at me and told me there is nothing to live for. And I said, yes, there is. And to cut a long story short, I found out that, yes, when she tells you her story, she has a lot that has gone wrong. And she thinks that there is nothing else to live for. And she was there to do community service. And after I have talked, prayed with her, counseled, and put some hope in her, the next day she was coming and she had a speeding ticket right there next to the center. So she came right with this done and told me, I told you, life is over and there is nothing else to look for. And that took me a while to get her back on track. But to be honest, she left saying that I will never forget this place. And I will never forget you. And so far as I live, if God bless me, I will bless this place. I will make sure that this place will survive so other people in my situation will. And often, every now and then, she will call and she will say, how are we doing? And yes, I'm doing this, I'm doing now. I have a job, now I'm myself and stuff.
An example of Amazing Grace at Amazing Grace. So Evangelist Martha, if a person wants to volunteer or if they are in need of services, how do they find out more about Amazing Grace?
Yes, you can go to our website, which is amazinggraceinc.org. You can also call 770-478-2606. And you can please also walk in and say, I want to volunteer. We will love you. We will love on you. We will let you do this as much as you can.
And thank you for watching Joy in Our Town. I'm Kim Rankins, and until next time, be blessed.